Hi, I'm Saundarya. This is my video for Unacademy Stars Program 2024. In this video, I will be discussing with you shortly about exchange rate system. So it is one of the very important topic under Indian economy where we will be discussing about appreciation, depreciation, revaluation, devaluation, etc. So these exchange rates are going to impact the country's economic growth, inflation, unemployment, GDP. So it becomes very important for us to learn this, and it is also important for your prelims and mains. So in this video, we will study what is exchange rate and what are the types, and most importantly, we will discuss market exchange rate system. We will start with finding the definition of exchange rates. So how can we define this exchange rates? Exchange rate can be defined as the rate at which domestic currency is exchanged for the foreign currency. So in other terms, we are going to represent the domestic currency in terms of the foreign currency, finding the value of Indian rupees. Say for example, $1 is worth how much of Indian rupees? Let's say $1 is worth 83 Indian rupees. So this is the exchange rate of rupees for dollar. Similarly, we can have exchange rate for other foreign currencies like euro, British pound, etc. So where the exchange rates are going to get varied. Say for example, 1 euro is worth 89 Indian rupees and 1 British pound is worth 105 Indian rupees, etc. So these are the examples of exchange rate. So what is exchange rate? It is the rate at which domestic currency is going to get exchanged for the foreign currency. So if you want to exchange your Indian rupees for dollar, how much amount of Indian rupees you have to pay. So this is something is going to be determined by the exchange rate. And now who is going to fix this exchange rate? How we can say that $1 is worth 83 Indian rupees? There comes these three mechanisms by which we fix this exchange rate. One is fixed exchange rate system, floating exchange rate system, and the managed exchange rate system. Under this fixed exchange rate system, the country's central bank, in case of India, it is the RBI, going to fix the exchange rate in consultation with the government of India. So it is not relevant today because we followed this method of exchange rate till 1991. Now we moved on to floating exchange rate system and the managed exchange rate system. Most of the countries in the world are done away with this fixed exchange rate system, so it is not relevant today. So this floating exchange rate system will be discussed in detail now. It is also called as market exchange rate system. So under this market exchange rate system, we are going to see how this exchange rate is going to get fixed. Okay, so how this exchange rate is going to impact the country, impact the economy. So first we will see how the exchange rate is getting fixed under this market exchange rate system. As the name indicates, market exchange rate system determines the exchange rate on the basis of the market forces, that is demand and supply. So in market exchange rate system, demand and supply is going to fix the exchange rate. Demand and supply of what? Demand and supply of foreign currencies in the Indian economy is going to fix my exchange rate. So it is very important to know these two things, that is demand and supply of foreign currency in which country? In domestic country, in the Indian economy, will fix my exchange rate. So if the demand for dollar is increasing, okay, we know according to the demand of, according to the law of demand, whenever the demand of any product is increasing with the supply being constant, the value of the product will increase. Similarly, we are talking about dollars here. Whenever the demand for dollar is increasing, in that case, we can say that the value of dollar with respect to Indian rupee will increase. Okay, so whenever the demand for dollar decreases, the value of Indian rupee with respect to dollar will decrease. So let's take an example here. So let's take an example. In this case, if the demand for dollar is increasing, okay, what happens to the exchange rate? Let's say exchange rate is getting changed from $1 equal to 83 rupees to $1 equal to 85 rupees. Here, the value of rupee is decreasing and the value of dollar is increasing. How do we say that value of rupee is decreasing? In the earlier case, you have to spend 83 rupees to get $1, but now you have to spend 2 more rupees, that is 85 rupees to spend to get $1. So whenever the demand for dollar increases, the value of the dollar increases and value of rupee decreases. So this condition is called as depreciation. The opposite is called as appreciation. So whenever the demand decreases, this is something cannot happen for a country like India, which is largely importing country. So whenever the supply of dollar is increasing, okay, we know that whenever the supply increases over constant demand, in that condition, the value of dollar will decrease. Okay, in that case, the value of Indian rupee will increase and the exchange rate can change from $1 equal to 85 rupees to $1 equal to 80 rupees. In that case, you are just spending only 80 rupees to get $1, not 85 rupees. So this is called as appreciation, where the value of the domestic currency is getting increased with respect to the foreign currency. So we learned that in market exchange rate system, demand and supply of foreign currencies is going to fix my exchange rate. Whenever the demand for foreign currency is higher, the value of the foreign currency with respect to the domestic currency will increase and the value of domestic currency will decrease. This will lead to depreciation. Whenever the supply is more, it will lead to appreciation. And the next question that comes to mind is, who is going to make this demand and supply? We know that in any economy, the foreign currencies will be demanded by a group of people. Say, for example, if I am an importer, I need dollars because for every goods that I have to import, I have to pay money, and that is dollar because it is a hard currency. Similarly, if I want to make foreign investments, I need dollar. If I want to go abroad for a tour, then I need dollar. All these conditions will demand dollars. Okay. And what are the conditions where dollars will be where dollars will be supplied to the country? So dollars will be supplied by the exporters. So if I am exporting the products, I will get paid for my products in dollars, which I will exchange it with rupees in the Indian economy. So I will be supplying dollars. So if foreign investments are coming into India, okay, so this is inflow of foreign investments that can also supply dollars. And similarly, if foreign citizens are coming to India for tourism, they will also exchange their dollars for Indian rupees. So these are the conditions where the demand and supply of dollars are going to happen. So we know that by understanding the Indian economy in a larger perspective, we can know that our country is importing more than the exports, right? So we are largely importing country, and that's why the demand for dollars is higher, and that's why the exchange rate is higher and the value of dollar is higher when compared to the Indian rupees. So we know that who are going to demand and supply dollars. Next thing that we have to learn is how this demand and supply are going to alter the exchange rate. As we already know, the demand for dollars will increase the exchange rate, leading to depreciation, and the supply of dollars, excess supply of dollars, is going to cause appreciation, right? So in that case, the exchange rate is going to get changed. How this change in exchange rate is going to create an impact in the economy. Okay, so we will learn this shortly today. See, we know whenever the imports are higher, depreciation occurs. So what is the impact of this depreciation and appreciation? We know whenever exports are higher, appreciation happens. So what is the impact of these depreciation and appreciation? So whenever depreciation happens, exporters are getting benefited. Whenever appreciation happens, importers are getting benefited. Okay, so we will see the impact of depreciation on export and the impact of appreciation on export, and the impact of depreciation on import and the impact of appreciation on import now. So whenever depreciation happens, what happens to the export? See, depreciation is the case where $1 is increased from 83 rupees to 85 rupees. Earlier I spent 83, now I have to spend 85 rupees. So if I am an exporter, what will happen? For every dollar which I exchange in the domestic economy, I will get 2 rupees more. So this will, benefit me, and it will likely to increase my exports because it is becoming cheaper. What will happen to my imports? It will decrease. Why? Because for every dollar that I earn, that I have to spend for my imports, I have to spend 85 rupees to buy it, right? So I have to spend 2 rupees more. So it is likely to affect my imports. Unless and until it is not that crucial import that you are doing, it is fine. But for the crucial imports that you are making, it is likely to increase the price of the product in the domestic economy also, leading to inflation. Okay, what happens in appreciation on exports? Whenever appreciation happens, exporters get benefited for the same reason that they get less amount of rupees when they exchange dollars. This is likely to decrease the exports, and the importers are getting benefited, so they will make more imports, or imports will become cheaper. So these are the impacts of depreciation appreciation on the Indian economy. So it is a very basic impact. We have more things to learn from here, how it is going to affect a country's fiscal policy, how it is going to affect the GDP, etc. So talking about the market exchange rate system, we know the market forces are determining the exchange rate. We also have managed exchange rate system to learn. We also have other economic, other exchange rate indicators like nominal exchange rate, real exchange rate. We also have nominal effective exchange rate, real effective exchange rate, how the nominal effective exchange rate is actually linked to real effective exchange rate, etc. So these topics are left for discussion in the coming videos. So stay tuned for more updates, and thank you so much for watching.